Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I have prepared for you 5 rustic kitchen decor ideas. I created these projects on a very small budget. I hope you will like them. DIY number 1. For the first project, I'm going to be using these Jenga blocks from the Dollar Tree. I took 25 of them. I separated them in a group of 5. The first group of 5 will stay as it is, the same color, dark brown. For the second ones, I'm taking the Waverly chalk paint in the color mineral and I'm dry brushing them. I dry brushed all of them, so each of them on all sides. For the second or third set, I am taking the same mineral chalk paint, but painting them completely. Now on the next set, I'm taking this Rust-Oleum chalk paint in a linen white color, but I watered it down. I wanted the wood grain to show through. And then on the last one, I'm taking this antique wax by Waverly, and I am giving one coat to these last set of blocks. When all of them are dry, I am going to start putting them together, and I'm showing you over here in a kind of a pattern. So first I'm gonna glue 2 together, like I'm showing you over here, connected to the top. Now there was not any particular pattern. I just made sure not to have similar colors next to each other. Now that I had all the separate pieces together, I'm putting them all in one big piece. You see over here I have 2 sets of those, but the one on the right is shorter a little bit, and that's why I'm going to put 2 blocks on the bottom and 1 on the top to kind of create a more square shape. And then after that, I'm taking this felt with a sticky back. I got it at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to cut out 4 pieces and put them on a back. That way it will not scratch the surface. And this is it. This is my way of creating trivet. I absolutely love how this one turned out. It turned out exactly or even better than I imagined it. It can be used as a trivet, or it can be used as just a decoration standing up in your kitchen next to the backsplash. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous, and it is inexpensive. It was less than $1 to make. Tell me your thoughts about this one. Today's video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of amazing classes such as design, crafts, photography, marketing, and others. So if you would like to learn something new or just broaden your knowledge, this is a place for you. They offer video lessons and a class project. You can do them anytime. Most of them are less than 60 minutes long. I just took an interior design class by Arlene Hernandez, and I absolutely loved it. I learned so much. She explained everything so well, and I cannot wait to use those tips and tricks in my new house. Members get unlimited access to the classes, and it is less than $10 a month for an annual subscription. Skillshare has kindly offered the first 1,000 of my subscribers who click on the link in my description box will get a free trial of a premium membership. It is a great deal, and I highly recommend it. DIY number 2. For this project, I am using this canvas. I got it at Five Below in a pack of 4. It's 8x8 and it is $3.25. That's a great deal. So I have this printout that I'm gonna cut out, and then I'm using just my fingers to kind of rip off the edges. I'm gonna have this printout linked in the description box if you want to snatch it. Now I'm gonna use a Mod Podge, and I'm gonna put the first layer on my canvas. And then I'm going to attach my printable. I'm going to try to smooth it out with my fingers as best as I can. Now, I was not really worried about bubbles or wrinkles because all my projects are rustic, and that kind of fits in that style, like old-fashioned and rustic. But if you're worried about that, I know there's a trick. You can use a little bit of water with the Mod Podge underneath, and that should help. Now, when everything was dried, I'm putting another layer of Mod Podge on the top. When everything was dried, I am taking this black marker and I'm painting edges to make it look like it's enamel look. I saw this piece, or actually similar to this one, at Target, and it was enamel, so that was my idea of recreating it and making it my own, but for way less. So now when all this was dried, I am taking my Rust-Oleum chalk paint in a linen white color and a chippy brush, and I'm going over the whole thing, making sure not to go over the black marker. And I just love how this piece turned out. It really looks like a old enamel piece, and it's black and white. It is just so simple, exactly the way I like it. Tell me what you think about this project. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Jelena, a stay-at-home mom of 2 kids who love crafting, doing DIY projects on a budget. Everything that I do has to be on a minimal budget and mostly in a rustic and farmhouse style. So if something like that interests you, please come along, watch my other videos, and if you like them enough, I would like for you to stick around and subscribe to my channel. If you're on a social media, I am on Instagram, Pinterest, and Facebook. Come look for me and say hi to me. DIY number 3. This project I actually saw at Kirkland.com. It was just an inspiration. Mine looks totally different. So I'm taking this Dollar Tree board that I reused from my previous project, and I'm gonna take Rust-Oleum chalk paint in linen white color and distress it heavily, especially in the middle, and I left the edges kind of raw. And now I'm taking my Waverly chalk paint in a color mineral, and I am distressing the edges and just went over the middle part with it just to make it more rustic. Now I'm taking these large stickers from the Dollar Tree to spell out kitchen. I'm just putting them on and then trying to align them as best as possible before I press them down and stick them onto the board. Next, I'm taking my pencil and I'm starting to freehand the words. Brings families, and that's going to be in a kind of cursive. And then on the bottom goes a word together, and that's going to be in just a regular uppercase font. If you have stencil that will fit perfectly, you can certainly do that, or you can just use your cutting machine to create this project. It will be so much easier. Currently, I'm trying to show you guys other things and other ways to create beautiful decor if you don't have a cutting machine. Now you see me over here using a paint marker, acrylic paint marker from Arteza to go over my words. And I'm just enhancing a little bit certain part of the letters like I like to do. When everything was dried, I'm taking my white Rust-Oleum chalk paint and just distressing this a little bit more. Then on the left the bottom corner, I'm making a little indentation where I'm going to wrap around the twine so it keeps it in place. And I also did wrap the twine on the right corner of the sign like I'm showing you over here. I wanted to add something just because this was not frame signed. I thought it needed something extra. What do you think? I really like this project. Like I said, the meaning of it is perfect. That's why it caught my eye. But I really like how simple it was to make, and it's so inexpensive. Again, it cost me only $1 to make. I want to remind you that my regular upload times are Tuesdays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, unless I'm in some kind of collaboration or challenge where the times and dates are different. I'm going to let you know in advance. DIY number 4. This project, it is super simple, but I still wanted to show you so you have another idea to decorate your home for spring. I bought this at Dollar General for $1.75. I know Dollar Tree has them as well. These napkins I got at a Dollar Tree, and I cut out a little ladybug, and some flowers, and then I went ahead and just made the edges a little chipped. I kind of peeled it off with my fingers. Next, I'm going to use a Mod Podge, and I'm going to put a thin layer on the top of my wooden spoon and attach one, or actually press down one of the napkin pieces, and I'll do the same thing on the other one. I'm going to leave them to dry and I'm going to give another coat. Now I decided to do this on a top part so I can really use this spoon for cooking, but if you don't like that, you can certainly use the bottom part if you want just for decorating purposes. Now I'm wrapping around very tiny twine, and I'm creating a very simple bow, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other wooden spoon. After that, I decided to take my Waverly chalk paint in the color Mineral and just kind of dry brush it around that decoupage part. I wanted to make it look rustic and kind of blend in nicely into the wooden spoon. After that, this project is complete. Like I said, very, very simple project, but I like that little detail that shows spring, and I think it's super, super cute. What do you think? DIY number 5. I wouldn't even call this a DIY, just a little simple craft. I'm taking these salt and pepper shakers that I got at Dollar General for less than $2. They're plastic ones, so I'm going to use these paint markers from Arteza. I am changing up the tip to have a very fine tip. The only thing you have to do is shake the marker a few times and press it down a couple of times until the paint starts coming out. On the white one, I am writing salt with a black marker, and I'm just using kind of a Raydon font, and on a black one I'm writing pepper in the white marker color. And that's it for this project. I just wanted to show you how little changes can make a big impact on some regular plastic salt and pepper shakers. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It means so much to me, and subscribe if you're new. I would love to have you. Thank you, Skillshare, for sponsoring this video. Guys, please go ahead and check out my description box for the link. I want to thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.